That was Mr. P2B yesterday, the 3rd of September 2025 at Nnewi Stadium. That was a match between Osumenyi and Okpo. One of the things that we must recognize in this is that the love that Anambra people have for Mr. P2B, that shows how well Mr. P2B governed Anambra State. Now, there are some ex-governors who cannot move freely in the states they governed. But Mr. P2B would always go to any part of Anambra State and receive the same welcome shout and receive the same, welcome by the crowd. That shows you how that man was able to govern Anambra State properly. Let's compare him with Lagos. The man of Lagos could not even win his state. I mean, that shows you how he's not wanted in his own state that he governed. Compare him with Peter Obi of Anambra State. Peter is loved everywhere he goes in Anambra State, and that shows you how much that man was able to govern Anambra. He did so well that anywhere he entered in Anambra State, he is always welcomed with crowd of shout and joy because of the love they have for him. The second thing I would like us to look at this is about how physically fit he is. We need a president that is healthy. We need a president that will have the mental and the physical capacity to rule this country, or rather to govern this country. Now, apart from his capacity in terms of his knowledge of the economy and his knowledge of what the affairs of this country, apart from his integrity and character, one of the reasons why Nigerians must ensure that P2B becomes our president is because we need a healthy president. We need a president that is physically and mentally okay. We have had presidents in the past, or rather in the recent past, even currently, that most of the times they are traveling abroad for medical attention. Now, please, I am not mocking anybody. Health and, sometimes health issues come with age. So I am not mocking anybody, but I'm saying the obvious. I am saying the truth. Even when you are trying to get a job, one of the things they will do is that they will check your health status. They will take you to hospital and check some things to be sure that you are healthy, to be able to function properly. So it is not bad if we begin to look at a president that is healthy, that will be able to govern well, that will be able, to see to the affairs of this country. Governing a country is not a small matter. It is a serious case. It is so alarming and so funny that if companies want to employ, people, they will check their, physical fitness. They will check their mental fitness. They will check their health status. But when we want to hire people at the highest office in the land, we don't care about the person's health. We don't care about the person's physical abilities. We don't care about the person's mental abilities. And you begin to wonder why Nigeria is going down the way we are going down these days. So we need to ensure that someone like Mr. Peter Obi becomes our president. Like I said, apart from his ability to govern well, his mental capacity, his knowledge of the economy, we also need that physical, ability to be able to do the job. Just imagine when you're sick. We all get sick once in a while. Just imagine when you're sick. Most of the times when you're sick, you think of nothing other than to be well. You can't function well. You can't do anything well. You can't even, you can't function to your, utmost capacity. Sometimes you can't even function at all. So just imagine having a sick president sitting in Aso Rock. Just imagine that. I don't wish that for anybody. I am not mocking anybody. God forbid I mock anybody because of sickness. But I'm just stating the obvious. I'm saying the truth because we need a president that is healthy so that the person will be able to see to the face of this country. Governance is not a small thing. Governance is a serious task. It is a very, very serious task that if you want to do it and do it well, you can hardly sleep. And that is the truth. Because every now and then, imagine seeing to the face of the 36 states of this country, including Abuja. It is not a small matter. The security affairs, the economic affairs, the transport affairs, everything, the health matters, everybody reports to you and everything stops on your table. That is one issue that we are having. Some are arguing that, they normally have ministers and they have people that work for them. No, nobody voted those ministers. And that is the mistake so many people are making. It is not true. Those ministers are supposed to report to him. He should be the one that should be taking decisions based on the advices of those ministers. And that is what governance is all about. And what happens is that if a country has a president that is not healthy, you know that country, of course, will not also be healthy. And that is the truth. That is the matter. So you can see him there, physically fit, mentally fit. It is good that we have such a man in Aso Rock who will be working for Nigerians 24 hours, not the one that will work in Nigeria for 1 month and travel abroad for 4 months and sometimes travel that we don't even know where they went to. And we should not, be endorsing such a thing. I repeat, I am not mocking anybody because of sickness. I will never mock anybody because of sickness. But we must hire a healthy president, healthy mentally and healthy physically, to be in Aso Rock to manage the affairs of our country.